Hi everybody, Hashi Richards back with another video. All right, I have some notes here and I want to make sure to cover everything. So this is regarding the no more I-944. No more I-944, otherwise known as the public charge rule, right? So basically, okay, so people are like, oh, President Trump started this rule. Not really that accurate. This public charge rule, has been around since 1999, okay? But this latest version was initiated by the Trump administration as of last year, February 24th, 2020. And so basically, it's made it harder for people to submit their applications because they're having to include all this additional information, credit reports, credit scores, all time, going on and on. But thankfully, I don't need to go through all of that because it's no longer, right? And so if you're applying for a green card within the United States, right, no more I-944. So you don't have to submit it as part of your package. If you're applying from outside the United States, it's the public charge questionnaire, right? I think it's the DS-5440. And there was already an injunction blocking that form, and I think they're just going to do away with that form entirely. So another good piece of information, good news. Okay, so important dates. If you are filing on or after March 9th, and today is March 11th, then no more I-944. You don't have to include the I-944 with your package, right? Which will make it significantly skinnier, right? Because all the documentation that you had to supplement this with was absurd and ridiculous, right? You already know how I feel about that. So I'm just really been smiling for the past 2 days. Just can't stop. All right. And so I just want to read to you what USCIS said, right? So in a statement, they basically said that they are not going to consider any information related to this public charge rule when reviewing petitions on or after March 9th. All right. And so even if you submitted an I-944 prior to this, ending of the I-944, if they're reviewing your application on or after March 9th and you happen to have the I-944 in there, they're not going to look at it, right? Which is great. So because I know some colleagues and I were talking and they're saying, my client submitted it before, and they're worried, I'm worried, right? But good news, they're not going to consider it. So if they haven't reviewed your application yet and you've already submitted the I-944, no worries. They're not going to be considering that. And then another statement they made was, if you receive an RFE pertaining to this I-944 or anything surrounding this public charge rule, right? With a deadline on or after March 9th, you don't have to answer it. You don't have to answer it because this rule is no longer in effect, okay? Now, if you get an RFE for something besides this public charge rule or the I-944 form, you have to answer it, right? But again, I'm going to repeat it. If you get an RFE, if you receive an RFE for a deadline on or after March 9th, and it was pertaining to this public charge rule or the I-944 form or things you're missing or any of those things around the public charge, no worries. You don't have to answer it. You can simply ignore that request. All right. Now, if you do get an RFE for something else, please don't ignore it. Call my office, 407-476-5320. I'd love to help you. If you have any questions on the public charge or no more public charge, call my office, 407-476-5320. I'd love to help you. Hope you found this video helpful. Please share and have more of your friends and family subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find me all over social media at Hashi Richards _lawyer, Hashi Richards. You can Google me and find me everywhere. All right, everybody. I'm going to keep smiling and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.